Man first settled in Ware in the Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age, around 10,000 years ago. Today, the town remains one of the oldest continually occupied sites in Western Europe. Drawn by the fertile land of the young Lee Valley, people lived and farmed here until AD 43, when the Roman Emperor Claudius invaded. Ermine Street, built by the Romans, was the main road between Londinium and Linden, modern-day Lincoln. Now called the A10, the road bypasses Ware Town but still remains one of Britain's premier northbound roads. Anglo-Saxon settlers move in when the Romans vacate the town in the 5th century, and Ware continues to prosper. In 886, Ware becomes a frontier town between Wessex and the Danish-controlled Danelaw. The Treaty of Wedmore is signed. In 895, the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle tells of a large Viking fleet sailing up the River Lee to Ware to establish a fortified encampment. King Alfred diverts the river using weirs, trapping the ships, and Ware finally gets its name. It comes from the word waras, Saxon for weir. King Harold, fresh from fighting the Danes at Stamford Bridge, marches through Ware on his way down to that fateful day in 1066, when King William invades and the Battle of Hastings ensues. After William's victory, Hugh de Grand-Emile becomes Lord of the Manor, and in 1078 he creates a charter to found a Benedictine priory in the town. St Mary's Church stands where the priory stood and was rebuilt in 1360 by Joan of Kent, mother of Richard II. In 1978, the church celebrated its 900th anniversary with Robert Runcie, later to be Archbishop of Canterbury, presiding over the festivities. In the 12th century, the town takes on the shape it is today, when the main street is diverted and a new bridge is built further to the east. Official recognition is given by Henry III, who declared it part of the King's Highway. Ermine Street, or the Old North Road, as it was known at the time, was popular with pilgrims, and the town is even mentioned in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. As a result of this popularity, inns and guest houses started appearing all along the High Street, catering to all the extra traffic. Samuel Pepys, the 17th century's most celebrated scribe, travelled through the town and wrote about Ware's tourist attraction of the day, the Great Bed of Ware, mentioned in William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. The Corkbush Field Mutiny happened on November 15, 1647, during the English Civil War. The soldiers of the new model army who had fought for Parliament were upset about not being paid and wanted more say in the country's future. However, the army's leaders, General Thomas Fairfax and Oliver Cromwell, didn't agree. They believed the country needed order, not radical change. They arrested the leaders of the mutiny, and to send a message, one soldier, Richard Arnold, was executed in front of the others. By the 17th century, Ware had become the country's prime malting town, with brown malt quoted on the London Stock Exchange. The town's position on the River Lee and its links with London and the barley-producing county of Suffolk made it ideally placed. While today's river traffic is more sedate and suited to leisure and pleasure, the river remains an important part of Ware's industrial heritage. Paul's, the last house in 600 years of malting, closed in 1994. Today, the sculpture of the maltster commemorates this industry. The gazebos that line the river were built in the 18th century, many belonging to the high street coaching inns of the time. Now privately owned, nearly all remain intact to this day and are unique in the country as the only surviving group to do so. In 1613, Sir Hugh Middleton completes the new river, bringing fresh water from the Chadwell Spring to the people of London. It took just 9 years to channel nearly 40 miles up to the city, and today it continues to be one of the longest fresh waterways in Europe. The town still has much to offer visitors, from the fine pubs and restaurants to the attractions of Scott's Grotto and the Priory. And so the story of Ware continues, a town where the echoes of history blend seamlessly with the rhythm of modern life. Ware's journey through time reminds us that heritage isn't something frozen in the past. It's alive, part of the very fabric of the town, flowing like the river that has shaped it for centuries. But this is not just a tale of history, it's a community, resilient and evolving, with its eyes set firmly on the future.